Hey everyone, welcome back to Build. I'm your host, Brittany Jones-Cooper, and today I'm sitting down with Nick Cannon. The actor, comedian, and media mogul is hosting a new show called The Masked Singer, where celebrities go head-to-head in a sing-off while dressed in elaborate costumes complete with a mask. It's outrageous, it's competitive, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. Let's take a look.
The Masked Singer. Oh yeah, I'm Nick Cannon, and we're not here to make people famous. Our masked singers already are famous. Starting right now, we're all detectives in a very big musical mystery to find out who's behind the mask. You're all invited to play along with us because The Masked Singer isn't just a whodunit, this is a whosungit. And just like you, I have no idea who any of these singers are. Some of them may be friends, some of them I may have married. You never know. Panel! What'd you think about the aliens performing?
Actually, Nick and the alien, you guys look like a good couple.
Yeah.
Hey,
You guys look good together.
wouldn't be the weirdest person I dated. I'm just saying.
Well, now let me ask you this, Nick. How's her stage presence, according to you?
It was amazing. Even to this pose that she's holding the whole
But
time.
professional?
She has not broke this pose.
You're right. You're right.
Fear.
So that's like kind of like a model.
That's a model.
Get it,
That's a
Nick?
model hip.
Got it, Nick. Work.
Everyone give it up for Nick Cannon.
Thank you. How you guys doing? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm so good and happy to meet you. Big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
And I've seen you host a lot of different things, and it looks like you choose your hosting gigs for reasons.
Yeah.
Why did you want to host this show?
Because it's ridiculous.
Right?
And then again, you hit it on the head. I don't like to just host anything. And I even after America's Got Talent, I was like, I'm kind of done hosting TV shows and stuff. And then this came about. I'm also the co-executive producer of the show, so I heard about the phenomenon that was going on around the world with this concept, and that it's also already been a global hit. And I was like, you know what, this is different and unique enough that I would get in front of the camera again, and here we are.
You mentioned it's global, and I know I checked out there's like shows in Korea and China. Like there's billions of fans around the world excited about this, and I'm happy that you guys are bringing it to America because it is so outrageous, but like so original.
Yeah,
to our TV.
It's really cool because there's nothing like it on American television, and the fact that we've had so many competition shows, as we all know, and they're all great, but to do something that's fun that the entire family can enjoy, and it brings this whimsical idea to television in a way that we miss it, like how variety used to be, So it kind of steps up the game when it comes to the production value on these type of shows.
And explain how the show works. It is a competition, right?
It is a competition. I don't understand why these rich and famous people would want to get trapped in these costumes for hours upon hours to prove that they are great entertainers, because we already know they're great entertainers. But it's so much fun because it really is that idea where, it's a panel of, as we call them, judges that aren't really critiquing the singing. I mean, but they're more trying to figure out who is this celebrity behind the mask. So everyone performs, and then at the end of every show, someone is unmasked. So it's a bittersweet ending because you get to see who the celebrity is every time, but then they get sent home.
And do they get to choose their own costumes? Because some of these costumes are outrageous.
They do choose their own costumes, and part of their costumes is also hints as well, like why they chose it and who it could possibly be. So anybody got any guesses of who they thought was in that alien costume?
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's going to be
I
good.
do have a picture of a woman in a lion costume.
And you think you know who that is?
So I was and I was trying to check it out.
That costume was pretty amazing,
and
right?
A beautiful costume, and this woman could sing really well.
Yes.
And to me, it kind of sounded like like Carrie Underwood.
Ooh, I've heard a lot of guesses. I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see because I felt like her voice was so, and Nicole Scherzinger was like, I've heard that voice, I know that voice, and that's the thing that's so hard. You don't realize how hard it is when you can't see their faces.
And it's so much fun too because they're giving hints the entire show, and you know, one hint might throw you off, one hint might confirm what you believe, so you'll have a lot of fun with it.
Do you know who is behind all the masks?
When we were filming, I had no idea, so I don't know, but I mean, obviously, I might know a little something now, but when we shot it, I was totally in the dark. Yeah.
So what are you most excited for people to experience with this show?
I want people to just fall in love with the characters. That's the thing that people don't understand and that I've seen happen in other territories is that regardless of who the celebrity is right there, you're going to love the lion. You're going to love the alien. You're going to love the monster, the unicorn. And it becomes like, it has this like theme park vibe of like, you're excited to see that character on the next episode. So we fell in love because we didn't know who these people were. So we were literally like, hey, unicorn, come here. Like, and you see the characters come alive. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's great fun too. It's great singing. It's great entertainment all wrapped up in one.
So I know you can't tell us who's behind the masks, but was it hard or easy to get people to be on this show?
I didn't have the duty of booking talent, but I definitely don't think it was easy because when you think about it, you have to get this celebrity and whoever works with this celebrity, from their agents, managers, security, all of those people have to wear masks too. So because you can't, it's so secretive. So they pull in and in like these like top secret cars into this secret tunnel, and they get out and they put on their mask. And so no one knows anyway. So if you have an entourage, they all got to wear masks too. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
And I'm amazed, like, nothing has slipped out so far.
Yeah.
Like, I looked on the internet, I was trying to find who these people were.
So far,
and
so good. I think, you know, once January 2nd hits and people start speculating, we might see some stuff on social media, but you never know.
So you kind of jokingly mentioned Mariah.
Right.
I mean...
Hey. I'm saying.
Can we... Is she going to be...
like, that's the thing, too, because some people have such distinct voices.
Shoot it.
You'll know who that is right away, but they're so tricky that a lot of the people on the show have been disguising their voices. That's the only hint I'm giving away.
Yeah, because I'm like, if Mariah, you know instantly. If Mariah, you know in 2 seconds. So, yeah, she would have
But, you know, Mariah got 7 octaves. She might just choose to be in the baritone the whole time, and you would never know.
Speaking of Mariah, it's the holidays.
Yeah.
The kids are getting big.
Yeah.
Do they love Christmas?
Their mom's the queen of Christmas.
This is what I'm saying.
Of course. Like, I don't even compete in Christmas time. I was like, I'll wait till Halloween. I'll have fun on that holiday because she is Miss Christmas. So, you know, the twins have a lot of fun with her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have anything special traditions though that you like to do with the kids?
Always, you know, I'm Saint Nick during the holidays. I'm traveling around, and you know, I do things like every year I go to Haiti and provide gifts for the orphans in an orphanage in Haiti. So that's how I start my Christmas off, and then I jump on the sleigh and then just hit every city I could hit.
You're so busy. Like, I was doing some research on you. You have shows on 3 different networks.
Yeah.
You got Fox, you got MTV, and Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And so what fuels you?
And a few others.
And some others,
some
yeah.
other platforms, yeah.
Yeah, so what fuels you? What makes you want to be so diversified and try
I just
something
love
new?
being an artist. I really do. I mean, from every aspect of it. I love entertaining. I love being able to command an audience. I love being able to be free and open and be able to be myself in every capacity. And long as I have that blessing of waking up each and every day and being creative, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Speaking of King of the Dance Hall.
Hey.
So this was a movie.
Yeah.
And now it's a book. Why do you want it in 2 mediums?
I was writing both of them at the same time. We made the film, and during the film, I was writing the romance novel. It's a little steamier than the movie, but if you got a chance to check out the movie that I directed and starred in, this is like the next level, and it's really exciting. It's like to be able to be in this forum again. Once I get the opportunity to be creative in something that people don't necessarily know me for, but I was able to challenge myself, and now I'm a novelist.
Yeah, what were some of the obstacles becoming a novelist? Because sitting down to write, I mean, you have
Well,
time to do that. You don't have any time.
Well, that's the thing. I wrote the script and the novel at the same time, so it actually helped me write the film because I was able to give the characters even more detail and understand their backstory from writing the novel. So every script that I write from here on out, I'll probably do in that same fashion, to where I can build it out to where I can write the novel and the script simultaneously.
And this is available now.
This is available now, so if you're into like a hot, steamy, action-packed read over the holidays, you ready for that? There it is.
Right.
Hey, what guan? Absolutely. So yeah, King of the Dance Hall is available.
So you've got this show on Fox, but I also heard that you're kind of working on a late night kind of situation as well.
Yeah, I mean, I needed to put some sauce in that area, So it's a real homogenized demographic, landscape.
Nice way to say
Yeah. It's a lot of guys named Jimmy and James in the late nights. I thought I wanted to put my swag in there and kind of bring some new energy to that whole space.
Yeah, and is that something that is a little stressful because there's so many eyes on that and so much attention, and it's easy to make missteps, and everything is so political now. Is that something that draws you to
that's
that?
That's the beauty about being me. I don't care about none of that crap. Like, I just want to have fun and make people smile. So like I welcome it. I'm very outspoken, and where everyone else might tiptoe, I'm probably one of those persons that dive right in. So I'm looking forward to that because that's missing in late night. That's missing in television. Everybody's so politically correct right now. Everybody's so safe. And I feel like we need that energy again, to where people just want to laugh, want to have a good time, and want to just embrace the idea of humanity and not feel like everyone has to follow certain rules.
Yeah, I've seen some of your canons class, and you really are digging into intense issues like gun control and Black Lives Matter. So do you see, if you did a late night show, would it be maybe a little heavier, or would it be comedy? Because you really toe the line.
Yeah, I think I get to do it all. I think that's the beauty. I think that's what's missing. I think we can have these hard conversations. When you even think about what comedy is created for, I mean, it's tragedy meets timing. I mean, as comedians, our job is to hold up the mirror to society. And when you can do that in its truest form, that's what makes for great entertainment. So I look forward to tackling every issue that comes to hand each and every night, but doing it in a way where we can have conversations like this. And I think everybody understands when someone has a good spirit and comes from a good natured place, and that's what I feel like I've embodied my entire career. I mean, I'm a nice dude, but I'm not afraid to hit any hard hitting topics.
But comedy, I feel like, is under a microscope right now. Especially, obviously, we all know what happened with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You came to his defense on Twitter.
I got to. That's my best friend. You're supposed to have your best friend's back, right?
Right.
That's how you're supposed to go down.
But you called out other female comedians who have used the F word.
Yeah.
And you're saying, what's
And I
the
could have kept on
difference?
going. I could have called out males who did it. I could have called out so many different ethnic groups, cultures. We've all made mistakes, and we're all growing and learning from that. And that was truly my purpose. It wasn't to classify or even compartmentalize comedians, because I respect and salute everybody that I reposted, but it was just to show, hey, there's selective outrage, there's hypocrisy, and when we want to jump out there and point fingers, let's start pointing at ourselves first.
I'm interested in the evolution of a comedian.
Evolution of a comedian. That's a good book title right there.
Yeah, I mean, you did point out with those tweets that people can change.
Oh, absolutely.
People said things in the past that now is in this PC culture are
not even just people, organizations, the academy, the ones who's kind of started all of this stuff. We've seen them grow and change, and that's, I think we got to start holding these organizations accountable before we start to focus on individuals. Because if you look at the academy during the time where they were having Kevin apologized for, I think it was at 2010 or even prior to 2015, 6,000 voting Academy members, and 100% of them were all male. That's a problem. 95% of them were all white. And this was just in 2015. But now they've made changes and they're growing. So if the Academy gets the opportunity to grow without having to apologize for their past, then why can't the hosts? Why can't the people they honor? And if you're gonna hold them accountable, then you should be held accountable too. And I bring up the example of, Hattie McDaniels, the first black woman to ever win an Academy Award, had to sit by herself in the back corner, segregated from the rest of the cast of Gone with the Wind. Did she get an apology? Just a little food for thought.
I think what this situation with Kevin Hart, I think for a lot of people also raised the question of like how many times do people have to apologize, right?
I think it's all about sincerity. I think it's about the ultimate goal too. Honestly, if we really want to take this moment and speak on it, it's also we can grow closer together, have better understanding, and show progress as human beings. If I personally know Kevin, I know he's probably one of the nicest, greatest guys ever and has no hate or malice towards anyone. And I think it shows. But if you want someone to keep apologizing for a mistake that they made or growth, then are you allowing them to really show growth? If we've all grown and moved past this and we're growing closer together and it's more about understanding, then take the apology for what it is and then charge it to his character. Make sure that he is, operating in the way that he is. And I can say, knowing my friend, he definitely is one of those people who accepts and loves everyone.
How have you evolved as a comedian?
I'm
When you
still
look back
just
at
as
those
raw
early
and as
days.
crazy as always. But you know what? I think my brand of comedy has always been this unadulterated, in your face. I mean, if you look at Wild 'N Out, which I believe is probably the most progressive show on television, I mean, because we have people from all walks of life, from the LGBTQ community, from every culture you could think, and we offend everyone. like we don't hold back, and that's the beauty of it. I was like, think about another show on television where you can have someone who's probably homophobic and then somebody from the LGBTQ community go head to head and joke with each other, and at the end of the day, hug it out. And I've seen even some of our cast members grow and become friends with people that they would never be in rooms with. I've seen people who grew up in, the suburbs and had this elitist upbringing that now they're the biggest hip hop fans ever. Now they're hanging in the west side of Atlanta now. It's just so beautiful when you think about we've created a platform where people from all walks of life can come and have fun and embrace each other's differences. So I believe that's my brand of comedy. That will always be my brand of comedy. I mean, I was trained and brought up by guys like Dave Chappelle and mentored by, God rest his spirit, Dick Gregory. For some, people like that are truly what stand-up comedy is all about really being in your face. And it's funny because, a lot of people saw me initially on Nickelodeon as a kid, and that's a very clean-cut space, but I still always had this raw, just approach on how I was going to do it. And now, being able to have my own platforms now, being, as what they call as successful as I am, to be able to create and provide my own content to the people. I think people really get an opportunity now to see what I represent and what I truly stand for.
And you evolving as a man too. And again, I mentioned the Cannons class, like the issues you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that you're a comedian, but I feel like now we have all these woke comedians where it's like you can't just tell jokes anymore. Sometimes you have to break it down.
Even with me, it's like I've been entertaining for a couple of decades, but Cannons class specifically is one of my podcasts, but it takes place at my school, Howard University, and it just shows that I don't know everything, and I'm still learning, and I'm on this path of becoming an academic and a true intellectual. And entertaining is fun and it opens the doors, but to actually educate is what I feel my true calling is. And I'm reading several books a week. Not just striving for these degrees and pieces of paper, but it's more about just really edifying and enriching my mind and my spirit. And I'm so grateful to the institution of Howard University allowing me to take it all the way.
Is that even more important for you now that you're a father? You have 3 young kids.
Absolutely. To be an example, because to tell your kids, hey, go to college and you didn't go. That's a tough one. So that was always in the back of my mind. But ultimately, it was about, I truly understood that education was true wealth. You can make all the money in the world, but that can be taken away from you. The one thing they can't take away from you is your education.
I think it's cool that you went back. You got started so young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I was always, even because, I was making money and being famous and all that stuff. But in the back of my mind, I had this hunger for knowledge. I was like, I'm going to go back to school. I'm definitely going to do it. And I kept putting it off and started having babies and doing all that stuff. And it's like, you know what? It's time. So as busy as I am, that's truly a number one priority for me.
Well, like I said, I'm a fan of yours, and I think it's been cool just for me to see all the different stuff you're doing. You're like the Ryan Seacrest, right? Like,
Really?
You have so many jobs.
Yeah. I seen him the other day. I was like, hey, man, we just soaking up all the game. Like, we just getting it all done. So he's definitely somebody that I admire in the industry, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's even more important, I think, for a lot of young black men just to see you out there chasing all your dreams in every different medium. And
Snatching
just doing
them
it with
up.
confidence.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
important, yeah.
Thank you.
So I know our audience has a couple questions for you, so let's go
Sure.
to them.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
I was just wondering, what advice would you give someone who wants to get involved in so many different fields like you do?
Do it.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty simple. I mean, especially nowadays because all the tools are right there at your fingertips. I mean, whether it's music, acting, comedy, it's right there. I mean, we have little studios in our hands. Our cell phones can do everything. They can make records. They can make films. They can project to millions. And whatever it is that you want to do, you have that power. So you just got to jump out there and do it.
Thank you.
No doubt.
I feel like you're a really good advocate, too, for, like, self-care. I
Yeah.
know you have lupus, and you're out there working so hard, but I've also read how much you take care of yourself.
Absolutely. I try to get 2 gallons of water in a day.
2 gallons?
I try. I try for 2 because I know I'll get 1. But 2 is something like when I'm really, feeling dehydrated or feeling down, I definitely water is the true key to life. If anybody, especially the right type of water with the right pH and everything, it can cure and have you doing so many things that you never thought you could do. Like right when I wake up, first thing I do is I drink a liter of water before I speak to anyone, before I move. It rejuvenates your body. But it's things like that, meditation, yoga, and then obviously, getting to the gym and staying right.
Pulling cars.
Pulling Hummers, not just cars, uphill.
This is on his Instagram if you want to see what we're talking
I
about.
do a lot of intense workouts just to prove to the fact, because a lot of people, not too long ago, I was, strapped up in a hospital bed with all types of tubes and stuff in my arms, them not understanding what was wrong with my body. So I said, if I get an opportunity to get out there and do it again, I'm going to be a living testimony and example of how to just live through it. Yeah. Don't go through it, grow through it.
Also, you got to let me know what water you're drinking.
Yeah,
I don't know if mine has the right pH.
Yeah, you got to get that alkaline water together. It's real.
Okay, we'll talk after. Next question.
Nick, big fan of your work. Big
Thank
fan.
you.
I would like to know, where did you get the work ethic? I seen your interviews where you speak about Will Smith was real instrumental in your career when you were younger. Where did you get the work ethic?
Definitely, Will Smith is definitely someone who showed me how to work hard in Hollywood. He used to tell me he may not be the most talented person in the room, but no one's gonna outwork him. And I was like, well, I'm gonna outwork you. I was like, if I want to get to your level or even near it, shadowing him for so many years, I just saw how kind he was, how generous he was, but how dedicated. There's nothing that he comes across that he doesn't give 150% to. And I was like, man, that's how you get to be the biggest star in the world. You just got to work hard. So he showed me the game, but I also think, it's genetics. It's in me. My father's a hustler. His father was a hustler, and it's just really knowing that you only get one opportunity at this, so you got to go all the way. You got to keep cooking while the pot is hot.
And last question.
Hi, Nick.
Hello.
Hi. Is this your first novel? And what was your writing process like, and how long did it take you?
Oh, this is definitely my first novel. My writing process, luckily, with the King of the Dance Hall, I knew I was gonna make it a film. I started writing it in Jamaica while I was doing. I wish I was from there. I wanna buy property in Jamaica. That's probably the most beautiful place in the world to me. But I just had the opportunity just to kind of soak it all up down there, and just was writing so many ideas. And so when I ended up leaving Jamaica, I had these notebooks full of just scenes and chapters, and from there I kind of compiled it and got with my editor and the publisher and said, look, this is what I want to do. And then now we have a very salacious and hot and fiery novel.
Which is available now wherever books are sold.
Yes, wherever books are sold.
So go check that out. And
Yes.
then on January 2nd, check out Masked Singer on
Masked
Fox,
Singer.
guys. It looks outrageous. I can't wait to see it.
Thank
Give it up
you.
for Nick Cannon.
Thank you.